Bitcoin having a beautiful reversal yesterday. So essentially, you have to understand the metrics going on. 2 days ago, the SEC sued Binance and they levied some really serious accusations. If these accusations are true, that's cataclysmic for the crypto markets.
Gareth Soloway, a seasoned Bitcoin analyst, stands out in the Bitcoin discourse. In the realm of cryptocurrency, the past week has been marked by significant activity. Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies have bounced back from 2022's big losses. However, the ongoing crypto winter has exposed weaknesses in digital currency markets, including exorbitant risk-taking, illegal securities promotions, and outright fraud. More and more, the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission appears set on cleaning up the crypto industry. Earlier this week, the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission made significant legal moves in the crypto industry. First, they filed a lawsuit against Binance, one of the leading cryptocurrency exchanges, alleging violations of U.S. securities laws. Within 24 hours, another lawsuit was brought against Coinbase, accusing the exchange of operating unlawfully. These developments demonstrate the SEC's proactive stance towards ensuring compliance within the crypto sector. Recently, in a tweet, Soloway said, "The SEC has an issue with crypto but allows zero-day options, which is pure gambling, makes up over 40% of daily options volume and will eventually lead to a flash crash. Also, every day I see shady insiders trading in the market, in fact more and more, while SEC is focused on crypto." He also tweeted, "Just before the Binance news hit, someone took a massive put option position on COIN dollar. Coinbase fell sharply and the options trader made a huge score. Can't tell me they were lucky. SEC, look into it."
Now, what I find fascinating here is you essentially have a market that yesterday rebounded and negated that move. Now, to me, this is an interesting dynamic. And I'll tell you the dynamic that honestly makes me intrigued, is that you have a crypto investing public that essentially is saying, no, we don't believe. The SEC has lost credibility to the point that when they say that Binance was doing shady things with funds, we're not going to believe them. Because if this was true and Binance ultimately collapses, the detriment to the crypto markets would be massive. All right, so you have investors that are coming in and saying no. Now, granted, yesterday the SEC sued Coinbase. Now, remember, there's a difference here. The Binance stuff, the allegations were really bad. Coinbase, the SEC was just saying, hey, you're allowing people to trade unregulated securities. That's nothing new. We knew that already, right? The SEC had already said that, hey, listen, the crypto, everything but Bitcoin's essentially a security. Okay, well, if they already said that, then yeah, you're right. Coinbase is letting people trade unregulated securities. So I think that's one of the keys, is also when people started to realize that, that's when they got to a point where they said, all right, shorts started to cover, you saw a little push up, and now we're popping up. What is the chart telling us? And the chart's very simple. The chart is saying that right now we are holding this area of support. And I want to draw a trend line in here. As long as you hold this general area, and if I put a line through this low right over here, we can clearly see that we closed that down day on Binance right at that level. We then rallied back up. So we're stuck between a range. Now, this is your upside resistance, very clear right here. This is your downside support. If support breaks, we're going to 24,000. That's your next target. Excuse me. All right. Now, if we go to the upside, this is your resistance. Now, if we get over this 28.3 level, we're going to head back to 30,500, which is the top. And I called that. And again, lots of people were doubters. There were so many haters out there talking about, oh, 30,500. It's now a breakout. It's going to 100,000. The charts are the charts, folks. I go with the probabilities. Everything I look at is always based on probabilities. There's no emotion. There's no nothing. It's what are the charts telling me? I translate that into probabilities. The bottom line is, if we go back to the chart right now, yes, it was a good bounce yesterday. We're pulling back today a little bit, but we're still in this pattern formation. It is a bearish pattern formation, meaning that the chart is telling us that there is a slightly higher probability to downside still. What would change that? If we get above this 28.3 level. We get above 28.3, it opens the door to retesting the highs. The highs would be resistance. but that at least would open the door to it. And again, this is just, it's unbiased. It's just, that's what the charts say.
Sam Callahan, lead analyst at Swan Bitcoin, says Bitcoin has been deemed a commodity, and when one takes self-custody of their Bitcoin, they no longer need to trust an exchange or any intermediary. This is a key reason why Bitcoin is a unique asset. It lacks counterparty risk. Crypto investors worried about the SEC crackdown can find reassurance in the positive price movement within the crypto market. Bitcoin has experienced a significant increase of 70.3% in 2023, and Ethereum and other leading cryptocurrencies have also seen gains of over 50% year-to-date. As per experts in the commodity market, gold and silver prices are showing a sideways to positive trend due to the retreat of the US dollar from its 10-week high. Speculation is rising regarding a potential rate pause from the U.S. Federal Reserve in the upcoming Federal Open Market Committee meeting scheduled from June 13th to 14th. The recent increase in U.S. jobless claims to the highest levels in the past 18 months has put pressure on the U.S. central bank to consider ending the cycle of interest rate hikes. Soloway, a renowned expert in the field, recommends implementing the buy-on-dips approach for gold investors. Given the current sideways to positive movement of gold, he advises individuals to view every decline as a potential opportunity for purchase or accumulation. He firmly believes that gold stands out as one of the most exceptional performers in the market.
The Ethereum chart, by the way, you're stuck within parallels. Now, parallels are one of the most powerful things out there. If you find parallels, you will find parallel after parallel after parallel. Look at this. So we're basically, again, stuck in this parallel between these parallels, bouncing above and down. We were stuck over here in a parallel, and we went up to this parallel up here. Same thing applies. This is a bearish consolidation pattern off of this down move. All right, that means that probabilities for this parallel dictate that there's a higher chance of a move lower than higher in the near term. If we get above this line, then you open the door to go to the next line. Gold, again, is just hovering right on this upsloping trend line. I've talked about these levels. I still think gold's going to come down one more drip, down to like 1900, 1915 or so. That's my analysis, is showing we still have one more little dip. But ultimately, I continue to be a big bull on gold. Yesterday, last night in the spaces, everyone else was picking crypto over the next 12 months. I said, nope, I'm going to pick gold as the best performer. I'm going to stick with that. Now, over the next 3 years, crypto. Over the, and specifically Bitcoin, by the way. But short term, I do think gold is the play. As people are complacent, thinking that everything's going to work out, oh, the Fed is going to perfectly make the economy just a super soft landing, earnings will be fine, nothing else can go in the way of anything else, the debt ceiling was taken care of, everything is hunky-dory. And the problem is that what we know is the Fed continues to probably raise rates later this year. Yes, they will likely pause next week, but they also have, so the government, and check this out, this is not being talked about yet. In the next 3 months, the government will have to sell $1 to $1.5 trillion in bonds to the world. All right, now you ask yourself this. Number one, what interest rate are they going to have to do? Essentially, this is debt that's going to be rolling over, that they have to essentially refinance. So you're taking debt that was probably at a 1 to 2% interest rate. You're now looking at selling it to the public or to the world at around a 5% interest rate. So think about the U.S. deficit and what that's going to do to the U.S. deficit. By the way, there's a reason why when they passed the debt ceiling, there's no cap on it right now. For the next 1.5 to 2 years, no cap whatsoever, because you have all these factors here going on where they have to unload a ton more debt to keep the merry-go-round going.
Just days after suing 2 of the largest crypto exchanges in the world, SEC Chief Gary Gensler was scathing in his criticism of crypto firms, saying that most crypto tokens are subject to U.S. securities laws and crypto platforms need to comply. Gensler said, "These tokens have teams promoting them. They are not growing out of the ground like corn or wheat." This concludes our discussion for today. We appreciate your feedback, so please share your thoughts in the comments section below. If you found our content informative, consider subscribing to our channel and enabling the notification bell for regular updates. Thank you for watching.